At the top of Frederick Street, overlooking the Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain, once stood one of Trinidad's most elegant colonial landmarks, the Prince's Building. Built in 1861 on the site known as the Little Savannah, it was intended as a reception hall for Prince Alfred, the Duke of Edinburgh, second son of Queen Victoria. The building was a grand symbol of the British Empire's presence in the Caribbean, a structure meant to welcome royalty to the colony. But the royal visit never happened. Before the prince could begin his tour, his father, Prince Albert, passed away in December 1861. The trip was canceled, and the magnificent new hall in Port of Spain stood ready, yet never fulfilled its royal purpose. Over time, the Prince's Building became one of the island's most important public spaces. Designed in the neoclassical architectural style, it featured graceful columns, high archways, and an impressive main hall that could hold hundreds. For more than a century, it hosted an endless variety of events: concerts, theatrical performances, exhibitions, dances, bazaars, agricultural shows, and public meetings. It was the beating heart of civic and cultural life in Port of Spain. The building also played a key role in Trinidad's educational history. From 1870 until 1904, part of the Queen's Royal College, then a developing institution for higher learning, operated within the Prince's Building. It was here that some of Trinidad's earliest scholars studied, long before QRC's iconic new building was completed on the west side of the Savannah. In 1880, nearly 2 decades after its completion, the Prince's Building finally received its royal moment. During their Empire tour, Prince Albert Victor and Prince George Frederick, the future King George V, visited Trinidad. On January 14, 1880, they attended a performance of the oratorio Elijah inside the Prince's Building. Their visit gave the structure the princely recognition it had waited 19 years to receive. In the years that followed, the building continued to evolve. By 1909, the colonial government leased it to the Port of Spain Town Board for public and community use. Through the 20th century, the Prince's Building became a beloved venue for lectures, boxing contests, dances, and social events, bringing together people from every walk of life. But its story ended in tragedy. In December 1979, a devastating fire consumed the entire building, leaving behind only ashes and memories. The loss of the Prince's Building marked the end of an era, the disappearance of one of Trinidad's most distinguished architectural and cultural treasures. Yet, the site did not remain silent for long. Rising from the same ground stands the National Academy for the Performing Arts, known as NAPA, a modern symbol of art, culture, and education in Trinidad and Tobago. Just as the Prince's Building once hosted music, theater, and learning, so too does NAPA carry forward that spirit into the modern age. The Prince's Building may be gone, but its legacy endures in the rhythm of the Savannah, in the echoes of performance, and in the continuing heartbeat of Port of Spain's cultural heritage. This is the story of the Prince's Building, a lost royal landmark, a cradle of culture, and a timeless part of Trinidad's history.